Hey, nerdy sports fan here, and this is the post game for the Seattle Seahawks going into Philadelphia, and well, lumping up on an underman team. So, like I said in my pregame, both of these teams have key injuries. Just the Eagles have a lot more, and to this point, Seattle's been able to deal with their injuries a lot better, and that showed. Russell Wilson's not hurt. Carson Wentz got knocked out of the game in the first quarter. I could have made this video the moment that play happened. All right? Carson Wentz has been the only consistent thing on the Eagles this season. Well, him and Fletcher Cox. And when you lose the focal point of your offense 9 minutes into the first quarter, it takes a lot of very good coaching and a very, very tough mindset to even stay in the game. And they did. To Philly's credit, their defense had them with a chance to at least tie this game late. And they just couldn't do it. I mean, this isn't the era of the 40-year-old quarterback, and Josh McCown just wasn't made for this stage at this point in his career, okay? There's a reason he's a backup quarterback for the past seemingly 20 years. There's not enough there. And there was plenty of pass rush coming from Seattle. 7 sacks on the day. Jadeveon Clowney really put his stamp on this game. And most notably, actually, late in the game, one of the best plays was him sliding to the end of the line to cover the running back. And just his positioning, where he was, confused Jason Peters enough that Peters didn't know who to block. So he ended up blocking nobody, and it created a sack just by positioning Jadeveon Clowney a different place on the line. So, yeah, playmakers make plays, but also they make your playbook. You can design fake outs, and everybody knows what's coming, and they really, really struggle to stop it. So you take advantage of what they're going to do to stop it by motioning people, putting them in different positions that you don't normally see them in, and it can create gaps for other players. And that's exactly what Seattle's defensive coordinator did in this game, and it worked to perfection. Oh, by the way, it's going to work against the backup quarterback who had no practice with the starters. So you can't really give all the credit to Seattle here. They did what they're supposed to do. They're a team that could have been the number 1 seed in the NFC at one point this season. It just didn't work out for them towards the end, especially with injuries to their running backs. But yeah, Seattle was supposed to win this game. All right? Philadelphia miracled their way in with a 4-game winning streak at the end of the season, and with a little help from the Dallas Cowboys having Jason Garrett as their head coach for 9 years. The guys just didn't have enough. That's all there is. Everybody's hurt. Everybody. This offense is entirely different. Running backs, wide receivers, linemen. The defense has sustained some injuries, but the defense really held up, and the key players were healthy. The offense had Carson Wentz, and that's it. And yeah, he goes out in the first quarter, they're done. Stick a fork in him. So Seattle now moves on, and they move on to play Green Bay on the road. Very tough task. One can assume that Aaron Rodgers isn't going to get dinged up in the first quarter, and Green Bay's defense is nasty. They're more a get after the quarterback kind of defense, though. And Seattle has solid running game. They put a graphic up earlier in the game, actually, about the top passing offenses did not make the playoffs, but the top 4 running offenses all did. And they're all in the second round of the playoffs already. That's right, top 4 rushing offenses this year. We have Tennessee, Seattle. San Francisco and Baltimore. 2 of those teams had bye weeks. The 2 that didn't won in the wild card round. Because this point in the season, you need to be tough. You need to control the clock. You need to have good game management from your coach. You need to have good clock management from your coach and quarterback. You need to control time of possession with your running game and play solid defense. That has been the way to win in the playoffs as long as I have been alive, and I'm sure longer. There have been some exceptions with high-flying quarterbacks getting deep in the playoffs, but typically when they run up against great defensive squads that can control the clock with a solid running game, and they just have a quarterback that doesn't make mistakes, that's the team that wins, not the high-flying quarterback. I've seen Rich Gannon lose to Brad Johnson. God damn. He mattered so little, I barely remembered his name. I've seen Peyton Manning lose to Russell Wilson. I've seen Tom Brady lose to Eli Manning. And it's always happened because the team with the quarterback that just didn't make mistakes had a solid running game and a great defense. And yes, Tom Brady's won a bunch. He has. But the games that he's won in the Super Bowl have been because he had a great defense with him. So, yeah, clock management. Control the tempo. Play great defense. You move on. That's what Seattle did today. I expect the next round of the playoffs to be just as competitive and fun to watch as the wild card round has been, because we're going to see really good quarterback play against really good defenses. Favorite time of year. So, like I said, this game was pretty much over in the first quarter, so I wasn't expecting a lot of you guys to watch, let alone hang out this long. But if you did, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you next video.